name is Deb Van Dynen. I'm an Associate Professor of English Education at Hope College, and I have the honor of being the NEA Big Read and Little Read Lakeshore Director. The NEA Big Read Lakeshore and Little Read Lakeshore programs are month-long community-wide reading programs focused on the reading of a common book. This year, because of COVID, we've switched to a mostly virtual program. We're excited for the possibilities that this presents us as we can expand our audience's scope and reach, as well as our ability to connect with speakers and experts that are beyond our geographical reach. Thank you for joining us this year as we explore Nathaniel Philbrick's In the Heart of the Sea and Marcia Diane Arnold's Galapagos Girl Galapagos. We hope you enjoy these events and learn lots about the book's topics and themes, as well as issues and important questions in our world today.
Aloha, my name is Allison Teal. I am so excited to be here with all of you today, reporting live from my home sweet jungle lodge here off the grid in Hawaii. And I have been honored with the title of the female Indiana Jones or the real life Dora the Explorer. And I hold it with the utmost excitement to be able to share my adventures with you. So let's dive into Allison's Adventures.
My name is Allison Teal Blehert Kane, and I was raised around the world by my parents, who are adventure photographers and legendary explorers. At 2 months old, they whisked me away up the highest peak in southern Peru, and since then, my life has been a whirlwind of adventure. I was homeschooled around the world, taking courses such as Elephant 101, Safari Interactive, Climbing Mount Everest, and Shamanism Survival. My family and I still live in our Robinson Crusoe-style home on the Big Island of Hawaii that we built by hand. It's an 100% off-the-grid, sustainable labor of love.
My papa is a pioneer in green living and even runs this huge truck on pure vegetable oil.
Vegemobile, ready for takeoff.
My mom is a world-renowned yoga teacher and a wise naturalist who can usually find a natural cure to just about anything. Growing up in a magical place like Hawaii and around the world with my incredibly inspiring parents has given me the tools to create Allison's Adventures. I've always dreamed of carrying on the legacy of exploration and sustainability. As soon as I was old enough to ride my own camel, I took off across the globe and started filming. Over the past 8 years, with the most incredible volunteer help from amazingly talented people all over the world, I am now ready to launch my Allison's Adventures film series. So join me as we dive into a lifetime of stories that will blow you out of the water. In each film, I will be your passport to the world. It's truly amazing how a pink surfboard can unlock some of the greatest knowledge of all time.
Throughout all these adventures, I gained a sincere appreciation and gratitude for our planet, for other cultures, other peoples, other foods, and the oneness of our world. And thus, I took up the torch of adventure with my Allison's Adventures film series, and now a book, Allison's Adventures, Your Passport to the World, which just launched this week. I'm super excited about it. And basically, I focus on education through entertainment. So I've been honored with the title of The Female Indiana Jones by Time Magazine. And I travel the world with my pink surfboard made from recycled coffee cups and my pink bikinis made out of recycled plastic bottles in an effort to make waves of change. And thus, with my book, Your Passport to the World, I'm really excited for homeschoolers and families all across the world right now to be able to virtually travel through the amazing photos that my papa has taken over the years and through really fun, just Harry Potter Nat Geo style adventures to the underworlds, to the mountains, to the rivers, to the jungles, and to really develop an awe and appreciation for what our world has. And it also features other explorers, amazing female firsts, like the first woman to summit Everest, and really fun tidbits of information about how you can help make waves of change around the world like cleaning up Trash Island, which has been one of my big causes. As I was traveling from childhood till now and investigating myths and mysteries and legends, I was always seeking out that greatest treasure in the world. When I was growing up in my home sweet Jungle Lodge treehouse on the beach in Hawaii, one day this elder from the village came to our house, this Hawaiian elder, and I was so excited. I wanted to be Indiana Jones when I grew up, so I went running up to him. I said, "Guess what?" I was about 6 years old. He said, "What?" And I said, I'm going to be Indiana Jones, and I'm going to discover the greatest treasure on earth. And he kind of looked at me, and I said, "Well, but you don't happen to know where that is, do you?" And he was wise and inspiring. He looked at me with these deep, dark eyes and said, "Of course I know where it is." I said, "You do?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "Could you show me?" And so he told me to meet him at the coconut tree as the moon set. And so I spent the rest of the day getting ready. I got my little backpack on, and I was so excited, headlamp ready for the adventure of a lifetime. And as the moon set, he took me out across the lava rocks. And we stopped right at the edge where the rocks met the ocean, and he looked out at the glistening sea, and he said, "There it is." And I kind of looked at him confused. And he said, "Allison, in Hawaii, the word for water is vai, and the word for wealth is vai. And therefore, our world waters are the greatest treasure on earth." That moment has really stuck with me throughout my adventures, and with, my desire today to not only be an entertainer and an explorer, but also a role model and someone who can help send out ripple effects to protect this greatest treasure on earth. Which brings me to why I recently adventured to the Galapagos, which is one of the last pristine places on earth, and I'll reveal the secret of why they're keeping it that way. The Galapagos has actually banned single-use plastics, which is incredible. It's something that we can all do, and I think that is the number one thing we need to do as a planet is work on banning single-use plastics. We can use reusable water bottles, straws, cups, cutlery. It's important to ban single-use plastics. When I was in the Galapagos, I got to see the giant tortoise, the Galapagos penguins, swim with the sea lions, and get to lie on the beach and dive in the water with the marine iguanas. The animals of the Galapagos are mind-blowing, and they're such incredible examples of why we really need to protect not only our oceans because they offer oxygen and life, but because they also provide a home for these amazing creatures. The Galapagos is truly one of the last pristine places on Earth, and I really hope you enjoy these short moments of me adventuring with the animals of the Galapagos. Aloha, my name is Allison Teal, and I'm an adventure filmmaker and conservationist. I've spent about the last 10 years traveling the world showing the growing plastic epidemic in our world oceans. I'm here in the Galapagos right now, diving to the depths of the sea and climbing to the top of active volcanoes in order to show what one of the last pristine places on Earth really looks like and how they are keeping it paradise.
Allison Teal esté aquí en Galápagos. Es una maravilla porque estás contribuyendo.
We're going to help protect the animals by cleaning the beaches. I got to join a weekly beach cleanup to educate the youth on keeping plastic out of the ocean.
Yo soy un niño galapagueño y estoy muy contento y haré todo lo posible para ayudar a Allison y a su campaña contra el plástico.
Then we went under the sea to clean up waste that could affect the animals.
There are so many incredible animals, penguins and sea lions and sea horses, booby birds, blue-footed boobies, marine iguanas climbing around the beach behind me.
They emphasize ocean education and have outlawed single-use plastics.
I love the animals of Galapagos. I want to protect them.
The Galapagos is a great model for the rest of the world, and if we come together, we can make bigger change.
You guys are learning right now about the Galapagos, and I think it's an amazing place to hold near and dear to our hearts and get to adventure to sometime and just understand how fragile our ecosystems are and how important they are to protect. I have loved the ocean ever since I could walk, I could swim, and I've been very blessed to grow up alongside a spinner dolphin pod, a wild spinner dolphin pod in Hawaii. Every time I jump off the lava rocks in front of my house, they happen to just swim by, and I feel like I just get to say hi to new friends and old friends every day. Growing up very remote in one of the last ancient Hawaiian fishing villages, I didn't really have a lot of friends to play with, so the marine life became my friends. And I know some of the turtles by heart, and the dolphin and the fish, and it's an incredible ecosystem there that I've worked very hard recently to protect. With the ban of toxic sunscreens, I made an Allison's Adventures film, which I hope you enjoy right now, getting to see why it's important that we protect our reefs. And we've lost almost 50% of our reefs in Hawaii since 2011. So enjoy this short little film that was shown on all the airlines entering Hawaii to help the recent ban of toxic sunscreens.
Aloha! I'm Allison Teal of Allison's Adventures. Although I've traveled the world for my adventure series, Hawaii has always been my home. And coral reefs are home to my best friends. Coral reefs are the rainforests of the sea and provide most of the world's oxygen. But due to pollutants, like toxic sunscreens, our reefs are dying. We can all help be a part of the solution by using reef-safe, certified natural sunscreen that uses only non-nano zinc oxide, like my favorite, Raw Elements. Join me in protecting our one-of-a-kind planet, one sunscreen application at a time. Mahalo.
The Maldives has been one of the nearest, dearest places to my heart. It's a beautiful, picturesque paradise, and it's also where a lot of our plastic from all over the world comes on ocean currents to pollute paradise. Trash Island has been one of my biggest accomplishments in terms of being able to go there, reveal what's happening, and be able to make change to get it cleaned up. My surfboards are made out of recycled coffee cups, my bikinis are made out of recycled plastic bottles, and I try with everything I do to be as green or pink as possible. The Maldives is amazing. There's giant manta rays and just the most amazing coral that you've ever seen, the pristine blue clear waters and the swaying palms. And it's not fair that in these amazing paradisiacal locations, even like Hawaii, there's plastic pollution that comes from all over the world. I've seen labels from every country in the world. So it's not one person's responsibility, it's everyone. And so if we can come together as a planet with changing laws, with doing our individual things that we can do by refusing single-use plastics, and also working together to share whatever we can across social media, whether it's my films or things that you see out there that can potentially help. With the click of a button, we can share information nowadays and hopefully help save our world waters and our ocean playground for future generations to enjoy. But my mission to the Maldives was wild, apocalyptic. I got to experience Trash Island and the burning of plastic and the toxic fumes and the smoke, and it really lit a fire under me, pun intended, to go back and help make waves of change. But there's a Trash Island in every country and every place, whether it's small or big, and so that is what I want to do with my Maldives film and all of my films since then, to offer them free on my Allison's Adventures YouTube for everyone, for schools and everyone across the world, so you can dive in and get to learn what's happening out of sight and out of mind with plastic pollution. One really exciting adventure I had in the ocean was when I got to paddle up to the active erupting volcano of Kilauea here in Hawaii. We actually went there to free dive and see what kind of creatures were living in the warmed waters underneath an active volcano. However, we couldn't see our hands in front of our face, so I said, can I take my pink surfboard out and just paddle up? It's always been a dream of mine to just be at one with nature there. And I got to sit there and watch the earth being born as these 100-foot molten lava lava falls just streamed over the cliffs into the ocean. And we took all the right precautions and had to do all the correct Hawaiian blessings. An hour later, that entire shelf collapsed, and I'd be dead right now if I was still there. And so it really showed me that we must respect nature, appreciate it, and protect it. The earth is alive. It's a functioning, living being, and I'm excited to be a voice for the planet and for the oceans, and to share that all with you so we can erupt into an attitude of gratitude for having this incredible planet. Positivity will bring about positive change, and that's why I'm excited to create an ohana around the world. So please reach out to me on my Allison's Adventures social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you name it, I'm there. Unlike Dora the Explorer or Indiana Jones, I'm real. I'm here and I want to help inspire and answer your questions. I hope that you're able to get an Allison's Adventures, Your Passport to the World book. It's available at all retailers or on Amazon, and I can't wait to just, continue providing a better planet for our future generations to play in and to enjoy.